Call the fire department. uxwbill's cooking again.
I made a cooking video now. You're going to make one?
I guess so. That's just how hard up for entertainment we are around here. Speaking of fire departments, the other day I was making a tombstone pizza in the oven. Had a little bit of an oven fire. So look at this, folks. All of you who have commented in the past, oh, that kitchen's such a mess. Well, guess what? OMG, the stove is clean! Now, the rest of the kitchen we're still kind of in trouble with. But I don't appreciate such comments, so just save your time and mine by not making them. Thank you. Look at that, though. The oven came back to perfect health. You get to see, thanks to the magic of video editing, just what a mess I made of the oven that day. Of course, the oven already needed to be cleaned anyhow, so what I'm going to do for today's cooking video is I'm going to make some homemade Alfredo sauce. I was at the grocery store and it hit me that I wanted to do this, but I don't have any kind of a smartphone or anything like that, and I needed a recipe. Well, the keykeeper's got an iPhone, so he was shopping with me. I asked him for the iPhone, I punched up a recipe for it and bought the supplies right there. For a moment I thought I was living in the future. And Bizarre Furhead, not only does he have the Bizarre Furhead hat on, he has a gunmetal style mag light in his fur head. I wonder if that actually works. It's the fire department. What do? You blink that on and off and make a siren noise? He's acting weirder than usual. Must be something in the water. Anyway, I'm going to make some Alfredo sauce and some fettuccine, so stay tuned for maximum smoke right as soon as I move the pizza oven. Now, of course, one of the first rules when you're cooking something new is to always have a backup plan. This, of course, involves the following healthy ingredients: some Parmesan cheese, heavy cream, butter, clove of garlic, and I almost forgot the parsley flakes, which are supposed to be freshly chopped. I bought that big jar of parsley flakes several years ago on sale, and I never did figure out what I was going to do with it, but I guess tonight I'm going to get to use some of it. So, take a look at the recipe here and get started. It's been a few months since I used this little Lenovo IdeaPad S10, and I thought that when I turned it on I would be barraged by updaters, and it seems that so far only the Java update has shown up, so little blessings, I guess. Anyway, I'm starting things out here following the recipe, which is always a good way to start things out, by melting the butter in a medium saucepan over medium-low heat. And then when I've got the butter melted, the recipe says that it's time to add the cream, simmer for 5 minutes, prepare and add my garlic, and then prepare and add my Parmesan cheese, which I probably ought to be doing while this butter is melting. Initially, I was going to do this when I made all those homemade noodles for my birthday-related cooking video that you saw a while ago, but I never got around to it, and now I just can't be bothered to make the noodles by hand anymore, so I bought previously prepared fettuccine noodles. But oh well, shouldn't make a difference. I just can't be bothered to spend 2 hours making those noodles again. I wonder what that smoke is. Alright, so I've gone ahead and added my cream to the mix. Got the cheese ready, and I'll tell you what, you got to be careful when you grate the cheese if you grate it by hand, because it's easy to put a part of yourself into the recipe. Now I have my garlic clove, and I'm supposed to smash it. Yeah. Ooh, that thing's tougher than it looks. Alright. I'll tell you what, the whole house is going to be smelling like that stuff. I won't have to clean my closet now. Just take the rest of the garlic cloves and mash them up in there. Alright, there's the buzzer. Time to add cheese and whisk quickly. There's the last of the cheese. Then add it into the mix. And now just whisk it quickly until it's all blended in. And then it's time for the parsley flakes. Then I'll make my noodles. And there's the parsley flakes. Set this aside somewhere, and I'll start making the noodles. Alright, water's up to a nice rip-roaring boil. So start throwing some of the fettuccine in there, and hopefully not dropping too much on the floor. Just add it a bit at a time, making sure to keep the water at least semi-boiling. This helps it avoid being sticky. What do you have to say, Bizarre Furhead?
So are you just throwing all those out to scrape the sauce out and put it on your pasta?
Nope, no cheating here.
Are you sure? Because if there's cheating, you're
well, nobody's paying me enough to do that, so...
No one paid you enough anyway!
Alright, it's time for the final preparation here. Now, I'll mix this all up, and I'll see if it can garner the Bizarre Furhead seal of approval, which is going to be hard to get because the Furhead, he's got a cold. And yes, his tongue is really that long. Okay, let's see. Do you think it can get...
even get water?
No,
oh,
you don't
nice.
get water. That's mine. Let's see if it can... Let's see if it can get the Bizarre Furhead seal of approval.
Did you...
That's parsley noodle.
Oh, noodles?
Parsley noodles. Parsley flakes.
Yeah, listen to the whiz-cracker banger talking behind the camera there.
Alright, well, let's see. There's nothing too bad in it.
I can't smell it.
Okay.
There must be something wrong with my sensory organs. Well, whatever you can't smell can't kill you, can it?
I don't think so.
I can't breathe. I can't smell with my mouth.
Oh, what do you think?
Well, it hasn't killed me yet.
No, seriously, do we get the Bizarre Furhead seal of approval or not?
Well, where's the stamp, or do I have to sneeze on it?
No, seriously, bud.
It's alright.
Okay.
It's not the best.
Not the best, but it's alright. Well,
cook.
I'll take what I can get, I guess. In all honesty, it's truly not bad. It's not the best I've ever had, but it's not bad either. If anybody's got a better recipe to share, send me a private message or do it in the comments below, and maybe you'll get to see me set the house on fire while I'm trying to make it into a video for YouTube.
I don't think you're subscribed.
Speaking of YouTube, they suggest serving this with a nice Chardonnay. I suggest serving it with a nice laptop. And of course, tuned to YouTube's best channel, which we know is true because I read it on the internet, and everything you read on the internet is true.
That's so wrong. My channel's the best.
Whatever.